Alright guys, my name is Cirias, welcome to this video. Today we are playing Brotato on console. I've played some other survival games like Vampire Survivors and Survivorio, stuff like that, but never really played Brotato properly, so I thought I would give it a shot. I'm going to go into it fairly blind, so we're just going to dive in and see what the game is like. This is the character selection screen, so you've got a couple of archetypes that you can choose from. I'm going to go for like your classic gun-toting character, so we're going to basically get as many firearms as possible. And here I've decided to start off with the double-barreled shotgun. It looks like a pretty fun weapon, so we'll give that a shot and see how we do. So if you are not familiar with survivor type games, these are basically games where you roam around like a set space map. Sometimes the map is like endless, and you've got to like avoid enemies and bullets and stuff. It's not really like bullet hell, but it's more like finessing enemies and kind of dodging around them. I really like them because they're kind of like almost roguelike, because you're always picking up upgrades, you're choosing new weapons. So at the end of each wave, you kind of pick your upgrades and stuff that you want to purchase, and then you go into the next wave and see how you do. So I'm just trying to dodge around these enemies, and as you can see, just kind of keeping my distance there, picking up these collectibles and grabbing the health when I need it. I really like the design of this game. It's kind of like, reminds me of like early Flash games a little bit. Quite like the simple kind of enemies and little derpy faces and stuff. As you can see here, I'm just trying to stockpile pistols and guns and stuff, basically anything that's ranged. What happens is when you get a couple of the same type of weapon, you can then combine them and they become like a higher rarity, and you get like more damage, better status effects, stuff like that. There's all sorts of different things in this game, like elemental attacks and wands and stuff like that. What we're going to do is after this round, we're going to dive into 2 more rounds and we're going to try out totally different characters. So we might try like a melee character, and then we might try something a little bit different as well. So at the end of this round, you can see I'm just picking up an upgrade as well. So whatever you pick also affects the look of your character. If I were to pick like teeth on that first screen, then my character would look like some kind of ravenous vampire type thing. Just picking up some stuff here. The baby elephant sounded quite cool, so I decided to go with that. And we've got a turret. So the turret deploys at the start of each round. If I stay around it, it will start shooting my enemies for me. And here is that mentioned kind of appearance change. So you can see my character's like got some sort of big nose and moustache going on. I'm not quite sure where that came from actually. Is it the baby elephant or something? So yeah, you can see that turret's working quite well, and the shotgun's pretty good. Has a nice wide area of effect shot. I love the way like the guns just kind of go around you. As you'll see when I start to get a few new guns, you can have up to 6 weapons at one time, and they just kind of like radiate around you. So you can see I've got 6 guns going on now. They are rocking pretty good. Enemies are getting nowhere near me, but as you'll see, the waves do get a lot harder quite quickly, so we'll see how long we can survive for. And a box has dropped there, so we've got like a crate that's got some loot in it. This propeller hat I'm going to take, so it gives me some extra luck. And we're going to upgrade the range damage as well to further boost our gun damage that we've got. And we've got some pretty cool stuff there. Eye surgery sounds interesting. Shurikens I would usually go for, but I'm kind of going for a gun theme, so don't really want to wreck that theme. But as you can see here, I'm going to actually combine this weapon, and then we can pick up something else as well. So we've got more guns basically to add to the pile. I'm like basically a walking armory at this point, the Brotato version of the Punisher, so that's what I'm going for. But I do look a bit derpy, as you can see, like the propeller hat and the giant moustache. And we're currently on wave 7, so we're doing pretty well. And so taking the fingers 3, upgrading my critical chance, just trying to really boost the attack damage that I've got on this character. The landmines sounded pretty fun, so I took those. So if I go full on assault, which I'm pretty much going with this character, you've also got to take a little bit of defense stuff, so boost your dodge, your max health. You can go full glass cannon. I do like to have a bit of defense, although my health on this character is not that high, so I'm pretty much just focusing on attack damage. But I really love this game because it's got like the kind of excitement of like a dungeon crawler or like a Borderlands type game. Like you're going through, finding some cool loot and upgrading your guns and stuff. And it's got like RNG to it, so you've got a chance that you'll find something good. You might absolutely fail a run if you just get bad luck. And taking the extra scared sausage, now I've got 2 of those guys. and they will help burn my enemies and apply some burning damage. And actually one of the kind of main skill sets with these sort of games is basically dodging. So how you move around the map is the key to these, and trying to avoid as much contact and damage from enemies as possible. And if you're a ranged character, that's quite simple because you just basically stay at a certain range and you can always attack. We're going to go and play a melee character soon, and then you'll see how it can actually be a bit more tricky with melee because you've got to get close to actually attack enemies. So we're going to take some extra range damage, and we'll also get the triceps to give us plus 5% damage as well. We're going to go full on damage with this build. And if I'm totally honest, I'm drawn into the kind of rarer items like the blues and the purples, so they will always catch my eye. But you can't discount some of the common stuff. I mean, you could find some really good effects that just work really well with your build. So you've always got to have a quick look and kind of see what fits best. As you can see at the end of this wave, things are getting quite hectic, and I'm doing pretty well though. I didn't take too much damage. We're going to take that medical turret because that's actually going to be really useful. That will really help us stay alive, kind of shooting some healing at us. Basically got ourselves like a healer bot, which is nice. And you can see these slightly like harder enemies coming in, so they're a bit tougher, take a few more shots to kill. And that's what the game will do, just throw like increasingly harder waves at you and see if you can survive it. Yeah, if I'm being totally honest, this is actually the furthest I've got on Brotato, but as I said, I didn't really play it that much before. I'm not sure how many waves there actually are in this game, but I will find out and post it on screen right here. And we survived that wave nicely. Health is a bit low, so I think I'm probably nearing the end of my run, to be honest. Let's increase the attack speed a bit and get anything that we think might help. I'll tell you what guys, put the word alien baby in the comments if you made it to this part of the video. I always find with these games you get to a certain point where you kind of know that your run is nearing its end. Like what I tend to do is just basically throw as much as possible into that kind of final few waves and just take some really random stuff to try and survive. I'm just trying to stick close to the healer bot and my turret because they will help me out a little bit, although the healer bot doesn't seem to be doing too much. And yep, as you can see, we have lost that run, unfortunately. We did pretty well, wave 12. I'm sure it's going to be nothing to boast about when you compare me to some long-term players of this game, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Now we're going to dive into another character. We are going to try out something very different. Let's go for melee and maybe like an explosive build. I'm going to pick a character archetype that kind of deals with explosive damage quite well. So this glutton character has a bit of that. But just bear in mind, like items are going to be a bit more expensive. The XP gain is going to be a bit less. I'm picking a starting weapon that has a chance to explode on hit on it. So this plank, so whenever we whack an enemy, we might have a chance to make them explode. And let's see if that will happen for us. And yeah, got 25% chance on hit to get that. There we go, there is a nice explosion. And just picking up another plank there, so we've got two of those guys and some dynamite because that's explosive. I like to go with a heavy theme on these rounds, and yeah, I like the idea of an explosive character. But as you'll see as we go through this round, I didn't survive this one for very long. I think I need a bit more practice at building up these kind of character types, but it's pretty fun to check out an explosive type character. Now there's nothing explosive on this selection, but we're going to pick out some stuff that might help us. So stuff that will help us get materials, increase our range a little bit. So now my character is looking a little bit different. What actually is that on my head? I think the white thing is the hand that is an extra weapon. So yeah, your character can actually end up looking pretty strange, but that's part of the charm of this game. I really like that aspect of it. I'm a big fan of games where you can change your appearance and your character kind of changes with you. And we're going to increase our dodge chance because we're in melee a lot. We need to have some defense going on, so we want to be able to dodge enemies. Now, according to my rule, we can't have any ranged attacks. I want to only go melee, so I'm just picking out an item there. The RNG gods are working against me slightly. There's not actually a good selection of explosive weapons coming out for me. And what I found when I played Brotato before was when you choose a certain weapon type, more weapons of that type will come up as a selection for you. But this hasn't been happening with these planks for some reason. I'm not seeing many other explosive type weapons. And then we have ended our run, unfortunately. Didn't really have much of a chance for that one. I think if I replayed with that character type again, I probably would do a lot better. And now we're going to go for our final character. And we have this chunky guy over here. I am a big fan of like stacking health and defense in things like this. So this character is built for like max HP. So the more you increase your max HP, the more damage you do, which is really cool. And we're going to pick a weapon that complements that. So I've decided to go with this ghost weapon. And this is like an evolving weapon. So the more enemies you kill with it, the more it enhances your character's stats. And this particular one enhances your max HP. So it works really well for our build. So I am able to stay at range with this weapon. It is a scepter. And this will take out our enemies, and the more enemies I kill, every time I kill 20, I think it said, it will evolve, and in the next round I'll have more max HP, and then hence more damage. So I'm going to stick with the ghost theme, and we're going to pick up the ghost flint. So we're going for a combo of ranged and melee here, but trying to keep enemies at bay as much as possible. And this ghost flint will actually give us more attack speed when it evolves. We want to try and evolve that scepter primarily because that is going to enhance our max HP, and the max HP enhances our damage. So that's going to be our main stat and our main focus. And trying to pick stuff that complements our build. So some attack speed was always going to come in handy, and maybe some damage as well, because that's always nice to have. And you can see I've got another one of those ghost scepters and another ghost flint. So I've now got 2 of each type of weapon. And what I should have actually done there is combine them straight away, because these weapons, the more each individual weapon attacks, the more it can level you up and upgrade your max HP and your attack speed. But if I have double of each weapon type, I basically have that effect split. So if I combine them, which I will do in the next round, you will see that basically I only have 1 weapon to have to attack to upgrade my character. We'll grab the ghost axe. That gives us more percentage damage for every 20 enemies killed as well, so that's nice. And I haven't actually got a lot of items on this character. I seem to have a whole bunch of weapons, but not a lot of items. So we're going to combine those weapons there, as you can see. And now we just have 1 dagger to have to upgrade, 1 scepter, and then 1 axe. They're not fighting against each other. They are now working together because they're just 1 item. And I'm grabbing another ghost scepter. It's not going to do too much for us because again it's working against my other scepter, but I'm grabbing that in the hopes that I will be able to upgrade that to a rare one next, and then hopefully combine the next 2 together, so I just end up with an increasingly more powerful scepter. And I really like that blindfold item that I picked up. My character looks pretty awesome. Gives me Demon Hunter vibes from Warcraft. And I have to say, this game will never not be satisfying. Just walking through masses of green gems, just the sound effects and everything, just incredibly satisfying. And you can see there I've got another ghost scepter, so I can actually combine that with my other one, and we can form a rare one. And then I can combine that with my blue one, and we're going to have some pretty cool weapons. So combining the axe, and combining my scepters, and then combining that one into a purple rarity, Ghost Scepter number 3. So now we're going to do some extra damage with that scepter, and basically has a higher chance of killing stuff straight away. So the more enemies it can kill, the more it can give us some max HP stats. And you can see my max HP is now 30, so you can see that Ghost Scepter is actually working really well for me. But going through this wave, I am a little bit concerned, just like starting to get a little bit nervous because I have pretty much only focused on the max HP and the ghost weapons, but I think I'm neglecting my defense slightly. So we want some defensive stuff, so maybe some HP regeneration just to give us that little edge. And we've got some more ghost stuff. And I probably could have mixed this up a little bit and gone for some non-ghost weapons too. I think in retrospect, probably one ghost weapon works well, and then the rest kind of other effects to help you. But in this video, I'm going kind of extreme style and just picking one archetype style for each character, just to see how they play. I'm just grabbing some extra HP regeneration there. We're pretty much just focusing on HP stats. And the little frog is really appealing. He's a cute little guy. He's a blue rarity, but it also gives me extra pickup range and more harvesting. So basically I can be safer while I'm collecting pickups and stuff, which is really nice. So it keeps me out of danger a little bit. And as we go into this wave, we are not doing too badly. There's quite a few more enemies on the screen now. I am taking a few too many hits actually. This is not looking good. Oh no. That is it. That's me done. I don't quite know what happened there. I think I got a bit gung-ho walking through the waves and should have done a bit more dodging. Just goes to show you positioning is everything in this game. And all games like it. You just got to really watch your positioning and make sure you don't get hit too much. So that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. This was good fun to make. Drop me a comment below and let me know what other archetypes I should try out next. I'd love to try out something like a berserker build. That'd be pretty fun. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave me a like below if you did. I will see you again very soon for a new video. Bye.